Now let's look more closely at factor weightings. As shown in the previous video, 1, 3, and 5-year average annual returns and standard deviation are the default factors displayed. By going to the upper left corner and clicking on the Factors icon, you can select any of 24 different performance factors for your use in your analysis or just to view. To view any factor's data without it having an effect on the score and rank of any of the choices, simply click on the weighting icon next to that factor until it registers 0 weighting. For instance, we might want to see how the funds performed over the last 3 months, but because it is such a short period, you may not want to have it affect the rankings. By clicking on the factor name itself, you can turn it on and include it in your analysis, or by clicking on it again, you can turn it off and remove it from the table. For example, we can turn on 10-year average annual return and standard deviation by simply clicking on them, and we can turn them off and remove them from the table by again clicking on each as well. We can add some more weight to the earlier 1 and 3-year returns periods, which will proportionately reduce the weight on 5-year average annual return and volatility. Certain assets like this mid-cap value may be more attractive to more aggressive investors who may wish to put a greater emphasis on return-related factors and less on risk and miscellaneous related factors. By increasing that emphasis using the top slide bar, we can see there is an immediate change in the rankings. It's important to note that the index has no data in the miscellaneous category. For example, there is no expense ratio for a benchmark index. So as soon as you add any weight to the miscellaneous category, the composite score for the index goes down because of a lack of data in these factors. If you remove miscellaneous factor weighting, you can see that the index returns to its previous ranking. Your investment needs and objectives should be the most important consideration in determining what weights you're going to place on the top-level factors of risk, return, and miscellaneous, and the selection and weightings of the subfactors within each of these general broader factors. Feel free to experiment as much as you wish by adding and subtracting factors and changing the weightings placed upon them to find the best match for you. In a surprising number of instances, you may see that some of the top-scoring mutual funds and ETFs will remain in top positions even when you've substantially increased the weights you've placed on return and risk. Seeing this can increase your confidence in your selections and is important information you would never know without the use of RITA.